My name is Nathan, and welcome to my shrimp room. Since my shrimp room is so new, I'm going to do a little update today. Now, I'm not going to do one every other week, but I feel in the starting stages of my YouTube and this shrimp room, I'm going to have to do a lot of updates. I'm constantly building things and moving tanks around. I'm going to get a little bit into that now, and then I'm going to talk about my cherries. Over here is my 75. I recently moved 310s over here from over here. I didn't really go over these tanks that great in my first video, so I'm going to do that again right now. The top tank here isn't a shrimp tank. Now this here is my planet tank. I got the CO2 up and running. And I'm going to be doing a build on this. The plants are looking much better. Stargrass is coming in nice. The duckweed, pearlweed's coming in nice. The rotala in the back is in pretty rough shape, but if you look at that top inch or two of growth, you can tell the difference. So I give this about another month. Down here is the black rose tank for now. I have 3 females in here buried, and so I want to be really careful with this tank as I don't have very many of these left. This colony was a rough start for me. I think in about a week I should see whether or not I get some black rose babies. And over here is my first generation fancy tigers and my first generation Taiwan bee mixed with tangerine tigers. These are going to be getting moved. There's about 100 to 150 shrimp in here. This little 10 gallons is just not enough space for them. I have no idea what these are going to throw out on their next offspring, so I want to give them a little bit of space to breed. And over here is going to be the future coal tank. My 5 gallons just not cutting it anymore, and these guys need an upgrade. And that's it for this side. On this side over here, there was a few changes also. This one here used to be stacked next to this one, and I didn't really like how hard it was to clean it and to take videos of it, so I went ahead and moved it to a different location, and I like this a lot better. It gives me a lot more space. And now I'm going to go over what's going on in these tanks. Now this one here is my Bloody Mary tank. This colony is doing absolutely amazing. I'm not sure I could ask for more. And I'm going to be doing a video on that soon. So there's that. This over here is my Carbon Really tank. Snails are being pigs right now, but all doing great. Over here was my recent little project. These are my wine reds. There's a few crystal reds left in there. I'll take those out eventually. It's going to be a little while for these little guys to get big. And that's it for the top side. Now that I have a little more space, I can show you what's inside this tank here. Right now it just has some crystal reds and 1 cherry shrimp that survived an entire cycle of ADA, which is pretty amazing. I'm actually going to put all of those shrimp from that 10 gallon that I showed you earlier, the first generation tangerine tigers and Taiwan bees and the fancy tigers, they're all going to go in here. I want to give them a lot more space so I can see what kind of patterns I can get. And there's the little cherry. Over here is a 36 gallon bow front, and what I'm doing with this is it's going to be the future home for my black rose. I will be doing a video on this. I'm going to do it from start to finish. And this one here is the cherry tank, and I'm going to get into that one right now. So this one here is my cherry shrimp tank. This one was pretty hidden too, so you couldn't really see it before. And so that's kind of why I wanted to do a little video on it, because this right here is the shrimp that started my hobby. This colony here is about 7 years old, and they've been in this tank for probably about 5 of those years. And so, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this tank and what my water parameters are and what I have in the tank. And once again, I have no idea how many shrimp are in here, so if you stick around till the end, I'll try to get a good video of them eating something, and we can both count them together. The plants in this tank are Rotala here. I do have some water lettuce and duckweed at the top for floaters. And then I have something here called Cladophora algae, or blanket weed. A lot of people try to remove this stuff, and I was too at first, and then I ended up liking it. And so I let it grow almost everywhere. And I kind of wish now that it would grow like this in every single one of my Neo tanks, so I'm trying to get it to grow. So as far as the rest of the things in the tank, I have some Fluval stratum mixed with fluorite for substrate. The fluorite is inert. The stratum is not, but this substrate is so old that it's no longer buffering the pH, so it's just kind of like a normal substrate. And I do have some leaf litter in here. This here is an Indian almond leaf. I have an oak leaf and a guava leaf in here. And there is one small piece of driftwood, but it's covered in that algae that I like. And over here we have a sponge filter. This one here is one I built a while back, and it works, so I just kind of keep it in there. And on the other side, I do have a sponge filter connected to an AquaClear like I do in my other tanks, and you can see that in my other videos. And as far as TDS goes, this tank is currently sitting at 220. The temperature is 71 degrees.